Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to yet another Apex Legends video. In this one, I'm gonna be giving you guys some insightful tips into a legend called Pathfinder. Now, I've been playing Pathfinder really recently a lot because I believe he is currently the most fun legend when it comes to the world of Apex Legends. I'm gonna be giving you guys tips and tricks on how to best use him, what are the best weapons, what are the best attachments for those weapons, and what are the play styles he is really good with, and of course which legends work best alongside Pathfinder. Before we start, I want to let you guys know which level am I and how many games I have played on Pathfinder. Now, I'm currently level 75. I have more than 100 hours invested into this game, so my tips, I believe, are pretty decent when it comes to actually figuring out which legend is good and which legend is not. So let's, I guess, jump right into it. The first thing you want to know is his abilities. Now, Pathfinder has two abilities, one of which is a grappling hook, which allows you to hook to any object into the world of Apex Legends. It's going to pull you towards, or you can swing by using your, I guess, vision accordingly. His ultimate, as you see on the screen right there, allows you to connect one point to the other point, and your teammates can use those zip lines to get to those connections as fast as possible. Now, the one thing I have to say when it comes to Pathfinder, his playstyle is really unforgivable, I would say. If you use your grappling hook or your zip line wrong way, it can lead you to your death. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of tips on what you can do, how you can improve your Pathfinder, or what mistakes you can actually negate, I guess. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I want to tell you guys is the engagements. You want to engage when you have your team behind you. Pathfinder is not the guy that you want to go head on, straightforward, and you think you're going to destroy an enemy team. As you can see on the screen right there, that's the mistake I did. I was too overconfident. I thought I wouldn't have any difficulties actually destroying these enemies, but unfortunately I died. Now, I do get respawned because my teammates helped me a bunch in this game, I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty decent game, but yeah, I do make mistakes. Oh, whatever. So, the second thing I want to go over is how you actually want to approach. Since I use Spitfire and R99 mainly on Pathfinder, because my playstyle usually involves getting from one point to another, flanking the enemies all the time. So, let's say me and my teammates approach the enemies and we start engaging them. Once my team starts shooting them and hits them with a couple of shots, what I usually am going to do is I'm going to use my grappling hook to flank the enemies, to completely surprise them and to try to kill them as fast as possible. This is where Spitfire comes in handy. If you come across if you flank 3 enemies, you can use your Spitfire to completely melt the enemy team down with only 1 magazine. If you get an extended mags, purple extended mags, you're just going to give you 60 ammos in your magazine. 60 ammo is a lot of ammunition to kill the enemy team. One thing I also figured out is instead of going alone and trying to flank them alone, you can always put a zip line on the left side or right side to your enemy team, letting 2 of your teammates go on the zip line. You can go and flank on the opposite side. That's going to sandwich the enemy between you and 2 of your teammates, and you can completely destroy them because they won't be able to react accordingly. That only happens when you have a full team of pre-mates usually. Sometimes people get what you're doing and they can understand. That's why communication in this game, especially when you're using a Pathfinder, is really, really important. So make sure you use those microphones. I think everyone has the microphones now. It's 2019. You guys should definitely get one if you want to start playing a Pathfinder. The next thing I want to talk about is what type of weapons and attachments I use. As I said already, I use a Spitfire and R99 mainly, but of course when I get the Wingman with those extended mags that can go up to 12, Wingman is awesome on every single legend right now, so that's why I'm abusing it constantly. It's an awesome weapon, it does a ton of damage, and it's a really safe weapon once your aim is decently good. The attachments I use, the scopes in particular, I of course use the best attachments I can find for my weapons, but the scopes I mostly use are either gonna be 3x for my Spitfire or 2x times 4x. Only those two attachments I use, because I think iron sights on Hemlock and Spitfire are absolutely terrible, because the muzzle flare is so big and so huge that you cannot see where you're shooting at for a longer period of time. When it comes to Wingman and R99, I usually stick to only two types of scopes. It's either gonna three types. 1x, the golden one, the digital one. It's a little bit difficult to find, so I'm not really counting it, because you're not going to be able to find it every single game consistently. And either 1x or 2x. Usually one of those two. It helps me out a lot, and I guess my aim is okay, so I'm pretty confident when it comes to that specific attachments. Okay, so let's talk about synergy right now. Synergy in this game is super important. You want to have a great team composition when you're going into certain fights. In my opinion, synergy is more important. Oh, my camera is not focused on me. Great. Okay, sorry about that. I believe that team composition in this game is more important than your aims as a solo player. A good team composition and good team communication goes a long way. The good team composition for Pathfinder, I found out myself, is going to be Pathfinder, Bloodhound, with either gonna be a Bangalore or Mirage. Now, why Bloodhound with the Pathfinder? Bloodhound is currently one of the most versatile and one of the best legends in the game, just because his ultimate gives you so much movement speed, and it's pretty easy to track enemies down. So when you're using those zip lines, you can just alt. Before you use it, go jump on the zip line. With the movement speed, you can go gap close with your enemies really fast. Bangalore as well, you can drop a smoke grenade on one position of the zip line, connected to another position of the zip line. That's gonna have two smoke grenades. You can just go in, spread out, branch out, flank the enemies, and it's really good when it comes to those engagements. And the last point I want to go over is something that has been bothering me a little bit too much frequently, the Pathfinder in particular, and that is the inconsistency of his grappling hook. You can pretty easily swing and you can pull yourself really easy with the grappling hook, but one thing that it's really difficult to do is detach. Now, why is that a problem? Well, if you're going to engage the enemy and you want to try to connect that gap between you two as fast as possible, what can sometimes happen is you can grapple on, you can try to connect to the other point, but the Pathfinder is just going to be stuck there with the grappling hook to still attached to that point, and that can end up killing you. So what I found out recently is you can release the grappling hook by pressing C, by pressing the crouch button. That is immediately going to disattach you from the grappling hook, and that is really helpful if you by accident use a grappling hook to a specific location, to a certain spot that you don't want to grapple onto. Now, how do you swing? So, if you only look up and you attach your grappling hook to a certain point and you look at that dot, it's going to pull you towards it. If you want to swing, you have to, I guess, look at the direction that you want to swing as soon as you grapple on, and by looking at a specific spot on your screen, that is going to depend on how fast and how much you're going to swing. So let's say you swing to, if you're in a cave and you want to go forward, you're going to drop your grappling hook on top of you, and instead of looking towards the attach point, you're going to look down and you're going to look up. That is going to help you to swing. It's a little bit janky right now, but you can really close any distance easily. If you're inside the red zone and you're taking damage, but you recently killed the enemies, you can always throw your zipline inside the red zone and connect it to the other side of the safe zone. That can help you, I guess, not to lose too much HP. You can always throw items in the safe zone on the ground. You can go inside the red zone, get the items you need from the crates, and then go back safely. And I think that's about it. I think I went through all the points that I want to talk to you guys about. If I either skipped something or you guys know something that I don't know, make sure to leave it down in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope it helped you, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, if you have any other questions about the Pathfinder or you want to play with me, you can always add me on Origins. It's twitch.tv/4cal, and you can always find me on twitch.tv as well. I'm going to link to my past videos in the description as well, so if you need any other information or you're interested in certain patches or anything like that, you can always check it out. And I think that's about it. As I said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.